Are we recording? There we go. Thank you,
Yep.
AI. So this is Stadia Party Chat Podcast, episode 13, August 22nd. I'm here with my super co-host, Bastion.
Hello, hello. How's it going, Ricardo?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Here at Stadia Party Chat Podcast, we are two Canadian gaming enthusiasts, both founding Stadia members who love the platform and enjoy sharing the news, discussing rumors, and having fun at the same time. Today is episode 13. We're talking Destiny TWAB because there is a lot of changes going on there and new season coming up. We're discussing GRIME because that's all I've been on this week. And as always, we're just talking weekly Stadia news and rumors. So if you're new to the podcast, be sure to like and subscribe. If you're a returning member, also be sure to like and hit that notification bell so you get a notification or alert whenever our podcast hits the air. So what have we been playing this week? See, Bastion, what have you been up to?
I've been playing mostly Destiny. Just grinding for the last week. I didn't have much time to play other video game just because I'm sorting out my wedding currently. So that's
Oh,
like a lot of time working on that. So yeah, a lot of Destiny. What about yourself? I saw you playing a lot of Grime too.
so Grime has been the best and worst experience of this week. I mean, it never feels better to finally crush one of these bosses, but it just becomes unbelievably challenging. Each move has to be beyond perfect. You have to dodge at the right time. You have to jump at the right time. You need to have the right combo of weapons. So I'm finding that, I can't just beat everything with my double-sided sword. I needed to go find this blood scythe because it does increase damage in the air. And oh my God. I mean, the story has just been evolving. One of your guides starts to turn into something that is not really pleasant. You basically discover this world you know nothing about, and it becomes super exciting. I've ventured finally to the last boss where you're given a decision, and of course I choose the harder way. And it's it I hope it pays off. It's a game that is so much platforming where the platforming becomes a challenge in itself. Just simply getting to locations now has been it reminds me of like a Super Meat Boy, when like you would just have these death cycles where you're just like learning the layout. There's one area called the Pale Sky, which just requires perfect execution of dodging, jumping, double jumping, dodging, landing on platform. Also reminds me of like the very late stage levels of like a Super Mario, where
Yeah, yeah.
like your jumping has to be precise, your dodging has to be precise. And if you die or even get hit once, boom, you're like all the way back at the beginning. And I'm throwing my controller and I'm just, but
It's frustrating.
it's frustrating, but at the same time, once you get it done, you're like, boom, clip that 30 seconds, and you just like light up. You feel so good. I've been posting every time I defeat one of these bosses, and it's gotten a lot of shout outs, so that's fun to see. And also the at Play Grime Twitter account, they're also very active. I mean, they're cheering me along every time I beat a boss too, so that's fun to see. um,
Mhm.
there is one boss in the festering lair, um, and I realized too late that it is unnecessary. There is no reason that boss even exists. The superpower he gives you, you don't need it to beat the game. Like, it's not necessary. It just makes things like a little, it lets you grab items, but if you just go up to the item and grab it, it's the same thing. I spent like 3 hours mastering every single move and attack because the bosses change at 50% to become more aggressive. So you got to learn everything. And then boom, oh my gosh. I find out afterwards reading the guide, it's like, oh no, you can skip that boss if you want to. I'm like, oh
That's
my
crazy.
gosh.
I guess there's
Yeah.
like a lot of walkthroughs in the game too, right? Like I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of detail, like you mentioned to me before, is that they made it so you can choose a decision at the end at the boss fight or something at the
Yeah.
last boss. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. They add those little touch into the game, right?
Oh, and it's just, I mean, it goes to such an ugly world to a really beautiful place at one
Mm.
time. And then the boss in this like amazing land is like a beautiful dance that they compare it to. And you're like moving with the rhythm, and like after you finally beat it, they like bow down to you and they're like, "Oh, you are now worthy." It was just like a really interesting concept for a boss. So I'm really enjoying the world, and I'll be sad when it's over. I have faced the boss over and over and over again. The final boss. I've now began to backtrack to see if I can upgrade and get a different weapon to help me out, because it's so punishing. But
Yeah,
yes, we will move on to some other things. I jumped into Marvel's War for Wakanda.
yeah.
That was a quick little gameplay. I played around with Black Panther. I mean, pretty cool. I like the agility that he has. He also has this explosion punch, which is also pretty cool. The throwing knives that stun and allow you to finish. I haven't upgraded him fully, so I'm sure once you get down the tree, he just becomes like a super soldier. The story seems very interesting. I forgot how much I like actually enjoyed the game. So yeah, I look forward to getting back into it and finishing it. It's a pretty cool expansion, and I like that there's something new with this game. Like, it's not my main game, but the DLC has they've come out. This is the third DLC now, so it's brought me back 3 times from the main story. So I mean, more stuff. It's cool. So thanks,
Yeah.
Marvel's Avengers.
I've been told that like apparently you play the campaign, but there's no more. There's not like anything like in the end game or much of the end game they added. So I guess like when I play the during the free to play weekend, I found it was like very fun to do the campaign and like play as all the different hero and stuff like that. But I think you're saying after the all the campaign is done, it's kind of redundant a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
the end game like activities not like that populated yet. So I guess it's gonna be something that's gonna be slowly evolving, and maybe Square Enix is getting blocked by a lot of copyright issue, or who knows. They allowed to like create like the Avengers and stuff like that, but it might be a long time for like Disney to approve like everything they do, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Eh,
it
mm,
could go through a lot of checks when you're dealing with an IP as big as Marvel.
Yeah, that's just it. Crazy.
Yeah, but I'll bring more updates. And yeah, the end game is tedious. And the end game is used to upgrade the characters for, I guess, these Omega level hives where you get exotic armor, and then which requires high level, and then it's this new strike, which is more of like a GM. So that's what you need it for. But I mean, I've just been playing the story because I enjoy the story of the Marvel. So it's been cool there.
Sweet.
Now on to some Destiny 2. I mean, I hopped in a little bit, but definitely not as much. It's kind of the tail end of the season. So actually, I did some trials and I got to the lighthouse. I forgot about that.
That's awesome.
Ooh, shout out to Kelson and Politics for carrying me because I wasn't getting there solo. Um, yeah, it was a good run. I think we reset the card once, and then the second time we just went straight to the lighthouse. So I
That's
enjoyed it. I
awesome.
didn't get the mod I wanted. I got some adept blast radius, which is useless when you think about it. Like, what
It's
am
mainly for the granny launcher, right?
there's no adept GL. What is it for? It's for the only thing you can use it for is the adept rocket launcher from
Mm.
the the
Time
VOG.
loss. Yeah.
What else? What else can I use a blast radius for?
Hey, maybe they're gonna come up with like a gray
Trials
launcher, like
GL.
yeah, maybe, who knows, right? Then it's gonna be OP, and then everybody's gonna be complaining.
Well, yeah, especially with the new tweaks. If I can throw in that blast radius mod, then it may
Mhm.
just, yeah. But we'll get into that. Let's jump into the TWAB then.
All right, I just jumping onto the TWAB. I'll cover that and then talk about other stuff afterwards. So this week, last week before the reset, so they mentioning about on the 24th of August to log in and just join us onto the announcement. But at first, they talk about what happened during the season. So there's a nice video on YouTube about, well, on the page, just showing what happened since Beyond Light, basically. So it's pretty good. Nice, like little video, and you can see like everybody's reaction. I like the one that like when he did the uh, what's the one there? A deep stone crypt, and he's like, "We're in space. I'm in space." So like, it's pretty funny. You take the elevator up, and that was the first reaction. Yeah, so they mentioned right underneath about like joining on Twitch or YouTube on 24th of August. It's at 8 a.m. PDT or like 11 a.m. EST. So they're gonna be a pre-show, and then at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. PDT or 12 EST. There's going to be the show kicking off. So stay tuned on that. That's going to be quite interesting. We're going to find out more. So this week, what they talked about is mainly weapon tuning. Look, there's like have been a lot of meta within like the PvP community. There's been like a lot of weapon that's like destroying the PvP, and they've been working on it like the same with the shotgun. But this week, you're doing more modification to make it more level with all type of weapon, basically. So basically, some of the thing they're gonna affect was what they have here. They use some terms, so the fall off. So I guess that's like a relation with the range, per like if the range on the weapon is certain distance. So right now they have the fall off mid and max. So that's like the area where like it's start and end, I guess. So the projectile, so they have like a hit scan and non-hit scan. So that's basically how your aim assist will work, basically, right? So that with like what's working with the distance, and there's certain projectile that don't have like a hit scan. So like the rocket launcher, grenade launcher, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so they're gonna do more about the shotgun because they think it's not there yet. So the spread angle of the cone, they're gonna reduce it. And then it's gonna be identified differently. So I know that talking about the fusion rifle, they're gonna make it slightly different also. Has to do with the a shotgun having the number of pellets, really. So it contained 12 pellet per shotgun, and the spread pattern is going to be like a center circle, inner circle, sorry, inner center ring, inner ring, and outer ring, and the number of pellets can be varying, like how many times they hit on this side. So the center is going to be 1 pellet, the inner ring is going to be 4 pellets, no, 4 wedge in 1 pellet each, and the outer ring is going to be 7 wedge in 1 pellet each. So it's going to be spreading more differently. So maybe you're not going to be one shot kill every time. So that's going to be good. Can't wait to see how it does. And maybe in PvE, it's going to be even better because you can hit multiple target at once from a long distance and maybe kill them, right? So moving on, so the global change, they're gonna introduce a legendary stasis weapon. So now the interesting thing about that is that the energy slot, they found there's like too many options. Well, too many. You got like the void, like solar and I'm running a arc. I'm running a plane. So you got those three already in the energy slot. So what they want to do with stasis is like the exotic weapon sidearm we got this season. It's basically putting in the kinetic slot. So inside the kinetic
Ooh.
slot, you're gonna be able to use stasis weapon, which is gonna be crazy. So you got to think like they're gonna start reintroducing shield because you got to think like if you got to use stasis weapon, they're probably gonna add like shield enemy, right, with stasis. So you're gonna need require that to break their shield. Like if you think about a GM or anything like that. So that should be interesting, right? The only difference they're gonna make it's like you're gonna have from the way they talk about to trigger a slowing or freezing effect, you're gonna have to get a kill with that weapon. So I wonder if it's going to be a little bit like the sidearm, where like after a kill you can use the blast word freeze or something like that. Maybe there's going to be the effect on the bullet, like if you kill an ad and you shoot the next ad, it's going to slow or something.
I think we'll
And to the
see
point,
some different perks, is what I'm hearing. So we hear some stasis specific perks. I'm sure it'll be like kill one target, and then your next clip is slowing bullets, or something along the lines of that. I could see, or
yeah. And
use your
if you get,
grenade and you get stasis
yeah,
ability.
or like maybe if you get like it's similar to multi-kill clip, like after you kill multiple enemy, then like your next bullet's gonna be a freezing bullet or something. So it's
Yeah.
gonna freeze, yeah. So I can't wait to see how they put that together, but we'll see. Um, no, the one thing they mentioned about is quick draw. So now they have addressed a quick draw permanent at plus 100 endling. So they're adding that. So they basically changing like some people they've been like Templar is the best example, or the Deepstone Crypt boss at the end. I try to remember his name, but like everybody's using double slug shotgun, and on mouse and keyboard there's like the setup where you can do it, where you can swap your shotgun very quickly and hit your shot. So basically, it's a cancellation glitch. That's what it is. Like that's how it does that, because you run forward, you more to swap it quicker. So they're gonna make it so no one can do that, but the handling is gonna be increased. So I haven't been using that technique, but at least that's interesting. They try to fix it so not make it too easy for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Now, one of the big change coming is the primary ammo. So we're never gonna run out of primary ammo, so it's gonna be infinite, but you're still gonna have to reload your weapon though. So quite interesting, because you're gonna get rid of the white brick, or I don't know, I'm colorblind. For me, they're white brick for primary ammo. Um, and then like there's gonna be some perk being affected on that, so that should be interesting.
Right. There'll be no need for the scavengers anymore.
Exactly, for like primary. So that's gonna be a mod they're gonna remove, really. Um,
Unless they're for
they all
the secondary weapons, right? I guess you don't have any green bar scout rifles, so they can get rid of that. But hand cannons they'll have to keep because there's the Ariana's vow.
Mm-hmm. Well, like a weapon like Fighting Lion and Sweet Business. I think Sweet Business with a catalyst, when you pick up a white brick, it's refilling your ammo, right? Your mags on Sweet Business. So they're gonna change it so like it's when you pick up green or blue ammo, so energy or like yeah. So like this, like you can still maintain that perk. Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
fighting lion would become like amazing in PvP, because then you get unlimited
Green launcher.
grenade
Yeah,
launcher.
I've seen a lot of people using it, and then I don't know. I never been a big fan of it. Maybe when I used it at the beginning, I wasn't that good with a GL. Maybe I should retry it again. But it's like an exotic slot, right? So I don't know. I think and like the thing with the GL, they're gonna reduce the blast radius, but we're gonna get into later. So is it gonna still make it worth it, or are you gonna have to have a direct hit to kill the person? But and we will see. Drop mag. So drop mag. The downside of reducing reserve ammo is almost meaningless now. So they revoke it to be a plus reload speed and smaller magazine size.
Right.
I heard someone talking. You could combine that with ion pack reserve, because like maybe your magazine size is going to be always small, but then you can reload super fast, so your damaging be increased, right? So that could be good. Compact bow, arrow shaft. So basically this one's the same thing. They're gonna change to add more reloading and more handling, so that's gonna be good. Um, So updated some other perk that refer to reserve in a way that no longer accurate. So we talked about the Fighting Lion. Ultra weapons season of the 15 now have 7 perk in each column and was 5. So I'm not exactly sure what's that all about.
I
Do you
think they
know?
just added some more perks, so maybe it rolls with kill clip when it didn't before,
Oh
or they
yeah.
probably added maybe some new perks coming this season, or perhaps you'll see adrenaline
Okay.
junkie or something like that.
So they're gonna make it there's more roles basically.
Yeah,
So harder to get like the role you want, but maybe they're gonna introduce other perk that's gonna be better, right? Who knows, right?
like tunnel vision is really good.
Mm. So when max power level on weapon launch, they're gonna reissue several weapon. So that should be interesting. So you don't need to regrind for your favorite role. Um, so the pool hasn't changed, but based on that, they're gonna reissue some it's reuse no reissue guideline from season 13 onward, where they replaced most of the perk. So it was like overcorrecting dimension, so um they're gonna change it. So I guess like some of the perk are staying, or they're gonna remove more perk that's like no one is using. Yeah, so they say they're gonna remove at least like 2 to 3 perk and add 2 to 3 newer. So you can still keep your old like god roll, but then you can farm for newer ones. So that's good. We'll see what happened there. I think it was mostly for the moon weapon and the what's the other one? Dreaming
Dreaming City.
City.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tiger spite.
Mm-hmm. Um, they made some adjustments of some of the weapon coming to the update. Uh, so they're talking about the Luna weapon. So the what we covered. So architect type, we're gonna move into that. So like what we talked about, Reach Grain Launcher right now is just like, I think like I played one Crucible game and everybody was using that.
It
It's
sucks.
now like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's almost now a meta since
we're
they
back
like,
to mountaintop days.
yeah, exactly. Cause like I got a good was it Breach Light, I think, and
Ignition
then
code.
yeah, Initiation Code, I got a good one, and then there's another one I got. I like to use in PvP because it's a god roll. I had like a Disruption Break and Auto Loading Ulster, and I
The
freaking
truth
love it.
teller.
True Teller, that's the one. And then when we get a direct hit, it's like a automatic kill. And I like to throw that and then finish a person with my sidearm or something. But yeah, I've seen like an increase of use like in PvP since they nerfed the shotgun. So they're gonna reduce the blast radius of them. So it was 4.55 meter. Now they're reducing it by to 4.15
Is
meter.
that really a difference? But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the max, and the minimum also is being reduced. So I guess like you can raise it up if like depending on your perk or anything like that. They also reduce the splash damage by 20.
But I swear 200 is a death.
Mhm. Oh well, like that's crazy, yeah.
I
I don't
guess.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I guess we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's like how close you are to it. If you're very close, you'll obviously die. But if you're further away, now it won't be that instant death, right? You'll
Yeah,
get,
exactly. So really, like, it's gonna be more a skill-based like weapon. So like if you
yeah.
get your direct hit, which is not easy. I get some direct hit from time to time, but like it's like good timing, right? It's not like a round that's like there's no delay. Um, the other thing they're gonna do is increase damage in PvE. So because of the reduction of the blast damage and stuff like that, they're gonna make make it
Wither
more
Horde is
usable.
unaffected.
Yeah, Widow Ord. I think Widow Ord is gonna be OP. I've seen people using it in PvP, and like I
Oh, so
found it
annoying.
so annoying because he can die like very quickly. If even though he doesn't do a direct hit on you, because he hit the puddle, I call it. They like you can get hit and you lose your shield, and they just come and throw a grenade or throw another Widow Ord, and that's it. Like it's crazy. Or I think I played some trials and someone was had Widow Ord and the other guy had another grain launcher. So he was just shooting
Oh,
afterward and the blast will kill you. It doesn't need a direct hit.
oh, that sounds
I was
terrible.
like, that's a good combo, but like, goddamn, yeah, it was terrible. Machine gun. Okay, so they want us to start using more machine guns. So
No, they're
they,
saying is surprisingly high. We felt they aren't fulfilling in the intended role. So
yeah,
people are using them.
they're using it, but like we're gonna use them even more because they're increasing damage in PvE. So
Yeah, 20%.
that's good. I like using machine gun. Maybe the chest piece for the Titan, the rig there.
Armamentarian or something?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be like that's gonna be better to use, I guess, because then like you can combine that with your weapon. I remember using Sweet Business with that chest piece and just destroying like in
Oh
PvE
my
is like
god. That means they're going to increase xenophage damage by 20%. Oh my
yeah, okay.
god.
But like they're gonna change because of the 20%. We'll get to it later, but the it's not gonna be firing as fast. So oh well.
Scout
Scout rifle and
rifles.
end cannon in PvE. They want us to like make it like more valuable to like use them. They increase the damage. I love that. I love using scout rifle.
Versus miners only.
Yeah,
It's an
but
odd change.
it's still like a like can you imagine you can probably get a headshot with your end cannon and then get like a one hit kill, right? Most likely.
Yeah, then your
Scout
firefly
rifle's
pops
gonna be
off.
yeah, and
Yeah.
scout rifle's gonna be maybe 2-3 hit. Like I know some of the low level like miner is like depend on which scout rifle has multiple hit, but like
Yeah, I
yeah,
got a
I'm
couple
I'm
good
happy with
vision
that.
of complexes. The
Mm-hmm.
time lost one, so we'll see.
Yeah, moving to the fusion rifle. Okay, they're doing a massive change with their fusion rifle. So a bit similar to the shotgun, they're gonna like have all the like the different architect of weapons. So precision frame, adaptive frame, and what's the last one I'm
High
missing?
impact,
High impact. Yeah.
which there's
So
only one of.
they're gonna have like a certain amount of bullet. When you fire it, there's like multiple like coming out. So that's gonna be interesting. So just to go over it, the projectile travel time. So they like the idea of the behavior in Destiny 1. So a lot of stuff they changing to what Destiny 1 was. So it might be interesting. Burst rate of fire. So they're gonna change some of the design and the audio. So you might see some difference in your rounds, I guess, from the fusion rifle. So in PvE, they increase the damage for by 15%. So eye impact was 0% and personalized and addictive were 10% and rapid fire was 12.5. So we're gonna see some increase in damage. So that's gonna be interesting. So like I mentioned, they push like all these subfamily like more apart. So like the eye impact is gonna take longer to charge, while the precision frame I think is gonna be like shorter to charge. So that's gonna be interesting, and you can have a net depth charge time, which is gonna be helpful I think now. So looking at the eye impact charger, like this charge slower. So they reduce it from uh, no, they increase the charge time from 0.86 second to 1 second. The short burst reduced from 7 to 5. So it's 5 bursts. That's what I was saying. 5 instead of 7. It's going to reduce the total damage per burst, but in play testing, they found you can still like, it's like super risky because like the pre-charging is there. And then like when you fire the shot is very rewarding. So it's going to be like more like stand around the corner, pre-charge it and go around the corner to take your shot really. Because like I think they said in the play testing, they found that they had time to kill the person while he was standing there and charging the gun or something like that. So it should be interesting. So precision and adaptive are closer to unchanged. So they haven't changed that. Uh, the base charge time hasn't changed. The shot per burst is unchanged. It's still at 7. They increase the total of damage per burst, so you're gonna do a little bit more damage. So they feel like it's all rounded. And if you have a good plug one, that's gonna be perfect for PvP. So interesting. Rapid fire. So they're gonna charge even faster. I think it's gonna be perfect for PvE for that. So the charge time is gonna be reduced by 0.1 second. So from 0.54 second to 0.46 second. So, and the shot burst is gonna be 9 instead of 7. So more bursts, more like pellets, I guess. They increasing the total damage per burst. And what they found is that in play testing, um, it's very effective against shotgun rushers. So that's going to be interesting too, because that's going to be where you can use against shotgun and PvP. So, so yeah, by the time they get close, you have time to like take your shot because you got a range. And they're saying that compared to the IM pack, they're able to fire 2 bursts before the first burst of the IM pack finish charging. So that's quite interesting, right? With the increased shot per burst, there's now a reliant on stability, but like not necessarily on range. So the idea is that you need to be able to get all your 9 shot onto the target. So there's more chance for you to miss your shot if the person is moving. That's why the IM pack is more rewarding because it's less pellet. But if you hit the target, it's like probably completely dead, but like it's a charge time, right? So that's gonna be an interesting to see how people like play with that. All right, moving on. So part of this so they changing some of the fusion rifle perk. So the backup plan now as like it's not compatible with the change, so they felt they could do some stuff. So they can remove the plus 100 to charge time stat, and then adjusted the charge time multiplier from 0.85 to 0.7. So it just now scale the damage by 0.8, I guess. So I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that, but they just doing some modification. So like it's like level up. Liquid coil, so an accelerated coil needed to rework for similar reasons. So both of them are charge time and damage instead of a modify the charge time stat. So yeah, again, a lot of modification just to make it like stable. I can't wait to see how it's gonna look like. I'm just gonna keep moving on because they're doing a lot of change.
Yeah,
The
these are
adapt
all
charge,
yeah.
yeah, they're doing some change to it to make it more valuable to use. It's gonna be like a big thing. Charge time masterwork, they're gonna change that a little bit. Just so again, it's like the
Which
idea is so
weapon?
like all like if they're doing that those change with the adapt and the like eye impact and stuff like that, so nothing is like you can't get an eye impact to fire like an adapt basically for the speed of charge. So it should be interesting. I can't wait to see to play with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Fusion
Uh,
rifles.
yeah. So it should be the big thing coming up. So even the exotic fusion rifle is gonna get affected. So and we gotta move into exotic.
No, this is
So
horrible.
they talked about it, and now it's happening. So
No,
anarchy,
I don't want it.
it's not necessarily going to be the meta. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Maybe I'm like I mentioned before, Widow Ore is going to be the thing to use. Maybe the Widow Ore is going to do more damage. So they're going to reduce the total like of the magazine, the reserve magazine ammunition from 26 to 16. So yeah, that's a big change. That's 10 round. It's like gone. And they reduce the damage versus boss, but the champion doesn't count. The champion don't count as bosses, but still 30%. Oh my god. I think it's gonna be like it's gonna be interesting. Atheon I'm thinking about, and like boss like in DSC, or a lot of bosses like people use anarchy because it's been the good thing to use. Same with GM. So yeah, they're doing those changes. That should be
They're
interesting.
gonna reverse this.
Maybe people's gonna just move on to something else.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's so terrible. I guess
I know.
xenophage. Like I don't know. Ugh.
Well, Xenophage is getting like some change. So because the increasing the damage and PvE for Xenophage, but like for all the machine gun, what they're gonna change to the weapon for Xenophage, gonna reduce the rate of fire. So it's gonna fire slower. I already feel like it's firing slow, but it's gonna be even slower. So that's quite interesting. Um, receive less of a machine gun PvE damage buff. So the damage buff they're giving to all machine gun, it's not as high on the Xenophage. And
Yeah, but
like
they're still getting it bullet per bullet buff
mhm.
to like they're still getting some of the damage increase. But they're saying since it's now more ammo efficient, I think this is a nod to what the catalyst will be.
Yeah, exactly. So remember like a couple like podcasts ago, we talked about uh, someone found a catalyst for xenophage, so it might be coming up, and that's maybe who knows, maybe the catalyst is gonna revert the weapon back to what it was. So it's gonna be really seriously what
Increased rate of fire.
yeah, I'll be like, oh god damn it. Okay, right. Oh well. Moving on, the fighting lion.
They're
Uh
removing it altogether. Yes.
yeah.
No, they're not. Here it is.
So it might become pretty popular. So it's gonna become they found it's not as dominant in PvE, which okay, that's fine. But I found it's a lot of people is gonna be using it in PvP, and that's what they're saying with limited grenade spamming. That might be the big thing, right? They worry about that. So one thing they're gonna change. So again, like it's gonna be infinite ammo, and they can receive the same change that other breach granny launcher. They reduce the base reloading to 0, so it's gonna be very slow to reload it now. So interesting. Now increase reload speed to its previous level on damaging multiplier. So basically, if you get multi hit, then like your reload's gonna be back to what it was, so the normal way. Um, Okay. So they're gonna keep an eyes on it because they just want to make sure that it doesn't become OP now. So with the infinity ammo. Yeah, and apparently there was an issue where like
This
the
is
fine
too
line wasn't
much.
reloading automatically, so they're fixing that. So
This is too much. Like you're gonna be able just to like spam grenades on people. Like, why
mhm.
would you not use this weapon?
That's just it. But like I think with the change, I haven't really used the fighting lion. I think there's like still like some better grenade launcher there. I don't know. I
But
like
this
to
is gonna be
use.
infinite.
Yeah, but then you gotta think you can use other like primary weapon, right? With infinite ammo. But anyway. Uh moving on. Well like the fighting lion, I think we're gonna see an increased use in PvP, and yeah, I don't know about PvE, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Uh moving on to the Vex Meteor class, which I still don't have. After I don't know, I'm need run a VOG, so
A
I'm
lot.
gonna give a try again today, see if I can get it finally. They're doing some change, so they didn't like when they released it, they didn't found it was what they were expecting. It wasn't as used as much. I've seen people using PvP and being very good to get their headshot.
Yeah,
But they're gonna
it's
balance it. So they
sucks.
can increase the damage bonus by 40% in
That's
PvE,
what I want to see.
which is good because then it's gonna be make it worth it, right? Range stat increased to be near best in class of iron pack auto rifle. Increase stability stat.
You know,
Reward the catalyst to grant
if you pay
stability and
attention to
damage.
that first stat, I think the Vex Mythoclast will become the highest damage kinetic weapon in the game because you get the linear fusion rifle
Hmm.
with the stack. So that plus 40%, and it's going to be kinetic bullets. But yeah, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, grant stability and damage after a kill. So that's gonna be like very good, like in PvE. So
And damage.
yeah.
Oh,
So you get your initial kill and you move on, and it just
that's
like it
new.
becomes stable. It's gonna be a laser, really. They increase the rate of fire to 390 instead of 360. That is gonna be crazy. So I can't wait to try it. I hope to have it before the reset so I can test the difference. It might be worth it to like videotape, not videotape, but stream it. Just
Videotape. Yeah, hit
yeah,
that VCR.
yeah,
Get the
VCR.
tape all
Just like
rewound.
yeah, just like to compare them. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people on YouTube comparing them, and they're gonna be like, "This gun is crazy now." You gotta think like, yes, they increase damage for PVE, but they can like all the other stuff's gonna be added for PvP also, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
massive.
I mean, the damage buff after a kill, like having kill clip, is going to be good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like acting like a kill clip, right? But
Yeah.
like you don't have to reload the weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so um they reduced the linear fusion rifle charge time also on it from 820 to 533,
Yeah.
which
So it'll
is
be more like
crazy.
Swashbuckler or Rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, the
crazy.
Merciless. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Merciless is going to become Merciless. Yeah.
And one of the complaint they're gonna remove too was the if you swap your weapon, you didn't have that overcharged stack anymore showing. So like they're gonna maintain it there. So like even
Yeah.
you change weapon, you still have it, which is great. Like it's one of the perk on the weapon. Might as well like
That was
keep
pretty
it.
annoying.
Moving to Merciless. So Merciless is quite powerful like fusion rifle. And not gonna do much of the change. They updated the perk to account a fewer shot per burst. So it should build up charge rate and same amount per burst as before. So not exactly sure. I guess it's because of the type of archetype the Merciless is. So it's gonna get affected like this. But
Yeah.
anyway,
It's saying reducing the damage penalty.
increased charge rate by 40%. Yeah.
So I guess that's good. You get a damage penalty when you get the perk active. So now that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna use it as much anyway. Jotun. Jotun.
Yotan from
So
the
they're gonna
tops of
make
the
it.
mountain.
They're gonna make the weapon to charge faster. That is crazy. But they're reducing the damage per shot just slightly. I
It
think it's still gonna be
0.04 seconds
fast.
faster. Did you really need to tell us that?
Yeah, exactly. Like I think the toaster is like quite powerful still. So we'll
Slightly
see.
reducing. Okay.
I think he's still gonna be able to get one shot kill in PvP. So Bastion. So they want people to use Bastion PvE, and they know it's being used in PvP a lot. So they're gonna reduce the damage by 15%. So like this, you cannot just kill a guardian or like in PvP with one shot. You're gonna have to have the 3 shot burst on the person. So that's good.
Mhm.
Increase spread angle by 10% and increase PvE damage by 25%. So they're reducing the damage but increasing on PvE side. So it's only a 10% overall for PvE, which is good. I think it's a good weapon to use. Like you got to think like unstoppable. You can do that. Use that for unstoppable, and like you think about Grandmaster
Yeah.
and the fact that like the fusion rifle is gonna be some sort of meta next season. It looks like it because you're gonna have a mod you can install to get like unstoppable with the fusion rifle. So, but this one you already have it. So it's one less mod to install, right? So. Sweet business. All right, like we mentioned earlier, like because they're getting rid of the bricks, so it doesn't refill the magazine anymore. You're gonna have it, so refill the magazine when you pick up heavy or special ammo. So the
Yeah,
green or blue brick.
that sucks.
Yeah,
That's a lot. You're using that perk a lot less now.
yeah, technically, because you're not gonna have as many drops, right?
Yeah. Oh well.
That's
I
my
don't
guess.
really use it anyways. I think it's still
Yeah.
1100.
I still like it. Like I think every so often I go back with it with my Titan. I like to use it. It's fun to use. Just like you just spin it up and let it run.
They should have
uh,
called it a machine gun and given it the machine gun buffs, but whatever.
yeah. Can you imagine it would have been like an heavy instead of a
Oh no, if
kinetic?
it's a kinetic machine gun, I think that's what it should have been.
Yeah, instead of an auto rifle. Yeah, I think you're right. Firing line. So the like the idea of the perk, but it's giving away a bit too much damage for almost free. The
Firing line. What is
reducing the
firing line?
damage by 20% precision damage. No, reduce damage bonus to plus 20% precision damage for all supported weapon archetype. Will roll on some sniper, linear, and machine gun. Maybe some other stuff in the future. So I'm thinking some stasis weapon, or like maybe they're gonna come up with a new kind of weapon. Certain damage perk only affect impact damage on explosive weapon. We updated the specific perk to also increase detonation damage or kill kit,
Ooh.
clip, rampage, and adrenaline junkie. So great, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. So looking at the VFX, so if you worry about that, they're gonna change the way the weapon look, not the weapon, but the firing look, maybe and also the sound from what we read earlier. So the grenade launcher and the rocket launcher, they're gonna change it for the linear fusion rifle and the fusion rifle. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be something noticeable, but oh well. The near future, so they with the witch queen like coming up, they're gonna announce that there's a ton of changing they're gonna be doing in the next few weeks, and like there's gonna be some future tuning also, because like they're doing a lot of change and they want to see how it's gonna go in the sandbox, and after that they're gonna go back and do more change. So it's good they like mentioning, yes, we're doing all those changes, but like if we notice there's something wrong, something doesn't work as well, I'm pretty sure people's gonna be like messaging them and informing them to, hey, maybe we need to adjust this. So yeah, so it should be good to see like all the changes. So more in the distant future, but before the Witch Queen. So what's that? Like, is that like telling us the Witch Queen's gonna be a while before it comes out? Like, but
I think they're just saying next season,
yeah,
right?
probably before end of season 15 then, right?
Yeah.
Linear fusion rifle and caster frame sword are still not where they expect them to be, so they're gonna do some tweak on that. They're also looking at underused and underpowered exotic weapon. So they're gonna look at some changes, or like they taking in consideration Arbalest, Soros regime, the new sidearm, the Cryostasia 77K, and Malfeasance and more. So Malfeasance, I like it. I've seen like a few people using it, but it's not being used as much. They just like that they shoot that's that they create so many exotic that, you know, for sure there's gonna be some underused, but the fact they're just modifying them, that's gonna be good. Maybe the meta is gonna change again, you know. So if you have an issue with spamming, I rate of fire semi-automatic weapon as fast as possible. We got something in the work for you. Interesting. So maybe the rate of fire is going to be changing. Priming our target, priming a target and quickly swapping for cleanup is easier than we like, and we look at option for building towards faster swap speed. So looking at people that like to do the bow and cannon combo, like Ariana's Vow.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a skill to do that. Like time I like to use that in trials, and it's just crazy. He can kill you in like in no time. The TTK is quite low, but it's like a skill, right? To swap so quickly and get your 2 shots. So yeah. Witch Queen and beyond. So they're gonna be talking about Witch Queen soon and talk about the season 15 on the 24th. And yeah, the city is gonna be more tweak coming. So they're for sure gonna be working into that. They're doing a lot of change in PvP and the PvE meta. So can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Moving on, more stuff. So guns. So yeah, they it's funny they put seasonal redacted here, and they announced the day after it's gonna be season of the lost. So yeah, so they're quite excited about this. They're gonna do a lot of change in the rocket launcher. No, so next season we're gonna have a ritual weapon. So it's gonna be a rocket launcher I've seen there. So it's gonna be similar to what's the gun we got? The well, the fusion rifle and the grain launcher. I don't remember the name of it. So basically, you can get different skin from Gambit, Crucible, and Vanguard. So that should be interesting. I can't wait to see that rocket launcher. And there's going to be some more weapon coming out for the Vanguard Strike, Gambit, and Crucible matches. They show a couple there. I think that's like Scout Rifle, Auto Rifle, and Sidearm. So I can't wait to see that. I think that's a Scout. Could be a Sniper, but
Could be a pulse. Oh wait, were you
no.
talking about the brown?
Yeah, the one on the top
That's a
left.
sniper. Yeah, that's a sniper.
Yeah, it's a
for sure.
Sniper. Yeah. The other one looks like an Auto Rifle.
Could be an AR. Yeah.
Yeah. And in Prophecy Dungeons, so they've been like giving just all other type of weapon, but now they're re-releasing those Prophecy guns from the Trials of the Nine. I think the Trials of the Nine was in Destiny 1. So the fact they added those design, that's pretty cool. I guess it's gonna be new weapon or be
No GLs though. What is this?
no,
You got a sniper, possibly a scout, and then a AR or linear fusion, maybe shotgun, hand inside.
That should be
There's
good.
no GLs anywhere here.
Yeah. And more weapon again. I think they're just gonna be like re-releasing some weapon in a while. I think the bottom
Looks like Iron
right.
Banner.
Oh yeah.
The Iron Banner symbol on that red gun.
Yeah, I don't know. That looks like to be a pulse rifle. So sniper pulse, AR, scout, a hand cannon, the sidearm. The sidearm made me think of a sidearm I already have in the game that was out doing Season of the Worthy, I think.
Fool's Remedy or something. That's from.
Was that Fool's Remedy? Is that the name of the gun?
There's Fool's Remedy. There's Last Dance. There's.
Oh, I'm thinking about Enigma Draw. That's the one.
Oh,
but like
Enigma Draw. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks alike. Yeah, it's kinetic. It's just the design on it is different, but if you look at that on dim, it looks the same. Maybe it's gonna be like an energy sidearm. So cool. Moving on, relief effort. So they've been doing a lot of donation, Bungie, where like activity to collect money to help different organization. In this case is they're looking into a direct relief and team Rubicon. So they're doing something to help people with the climate change and COVID-19, including like, what's happening in Haiti right now with the earthquake. So yeah, that's awesome. If you do any donation, you get an emblem. That's a pretty cool emblem. So you need to give $25 for that. So, and you have until
Thursday, September 9th.
September 9. Okay, yeah, there we go. And you can also pre-order a T-shirt. Yeah, Victory gives City Oak Guardian. So what
No thanks. I mean, after last season, this guy's a war criminal.
yeah, pretty much.
He murdered the Fallen, and they're like, "What?" And you're putting him on a political like T-shirt?
No, that's Shax. It's not
Oh, that's
Saint
Shax.
14. But Saint 14 is good guy now. He's like hanging out with Mitrax all the time.
I don't know. I didn't forget his past as quick as others did.
uh, um Also they're gonna be distributing this emblem on September 9.
Looks like Gambit.
Yeah, if you buy the t-shirt. So okay. Yeah, and more emblem. So the Bungie Foundation collections, another foundation. So if you donate, you get that nice emblem, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Similar to the
$25.
Ghost,
Yeah.
the Heart Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Again, they go more in detail with Team Rubicon and Direct Relief. That's awesome. And I'm gonna move on to the Bungie artists. So some of the picture here look amazing, right? So what they created during the splicer, a lot of nice design from the staff there. That's awesome. Redacted report. So Season of the Lost report, I guess. So they're talking about the update, the timeline of the update. So keep in mind is gonna be until like was it 2 o'clock we're not gonna be able to play on EST. So yeah, was it 9 o'clock is 12. So yeah, 3 o'clock basically. So yeah, it's gonna be I guess we're gonna have the pre-show and then the announcement for Witch Queen in season 15. And yeah, I don't know how long that's gonna be, but I can't wait to see that. They say
Cool.
like some errors gonna be fixed, which is good. Yeah, that big one spec. The Bounty Valor Weekly Challenge will correctly gain progress in the Crucible match. So a lot of that, a lot of change. So one thing they say, claim your rewards. So because everything's going away at reset, so Season 14 Bungie rewards, Season 14 seasonal challenge, your Vanguard token, your Valor and Infamy reward, and the Splicer Servitor Engram. So if you haven't collect those, like go ahead and collect them. You can still like accumulate a bunch of the engram there to use like at the podium in the elm. Try to remember the name now. You get like so many. Try to collect them in your postmaster because they might be worth it to just keep it until then, and you use them all, and then you probably have a chance to get the new weapons. So crossplay again, it's coming. So that's awesome. I can't wait to see what happened. They're just like describing the detail about that. Hero Memorials Quest. Yes, so there was an issue with that. I can talk about it. So basically, I did the quest, or sorry, on reset on last Tuesday. I went on and I was expecting a quest for the ship because they were talking. The Forbidden Memory was there. Even you could see it in collection. It was saying like do the final memorial quest to get it. But for some reason it wasn't popping up for me. I went to see the servitor inside the Elm, didn't get anything. I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna release something this weekend or something like that. No. So I think I had too many bounty, and because of that, I wasn't getting the quest. So I had to go to the archive to get it. The what do you call it again? We mentioned about it. The quest archive kiosk, and then like that's where you can get it. So if you're in the same boat as me, just make sure you go and do the quest just to get the ship. Yeah. So that's good. known issue. There's some issue they know it's happening. The RBL is gonna be massive, I think, like for the NT champion mod, like so for the I think it's gonna be used for barrier. So that should be interesting to use, or unstoppable, one or the other. And that's pretty much it. Like there's gonna be more fixing happening. You can go on the TWAB and look at the different thing they're gonna change. Some nice video from artists. There's this Destiny, which is quite funny. They dancing to the music and they show the different dress. It's pretty good. The Lion King in Destiny 2. That's funny. It's based on the emote. Funny video to watch. And yeah, some artist creation on Twitter. And that's pretty much it. So we're quite excited to see the showcase on the 24th and see all the change coming basically. That's pretty much it for the TWAB. That was a lot,
Oh yeah,
but
big
like,
TWAB.
yeah, that was a big TWAB. So that's awesome. Just keep it in within Destiny 2, just a reminder to collect your um, Twitch Prime reward for Destiny 2. So you
Yep,
get the
good one.
firework exotic bundle and there. Um, also, so what came out exactly in regards to news? We talked about it. So in the 12 they say season of redacted, and then the next day they announce into the Twitter the season of the lost coming to in August 24th. So season of the lost is a picture of Marisov. So we heard about it before that she was coming back. So Marisov is there, and you get Osiris behind her. Quite interesting because what's happening with Osiris? The rumor is that he's being affected by Sevatoon. So will Marasov maybe be affected by Sevatoon, or he's tried to like play her or something like that? Who knows, right? So when when Marasov is back, what's gonna happen? Maybe Osiris like saw something in the future when he did the travel and stuff like that, and he was trying to do something, and I don't know. It looks like he went against the Guardian and Vanguard, so
I
I
think
have
we'll
no
be
idea.
seeing the trials of Marisov next season instead of the trials of Osiris.
Maybe it's gonna be the Trials of the Nine. Maybe they're gonna switch it to that.
Oh, that sounds nice. But
hmm
then, yeah.
Because like that's what it used to be, right? So I don't know.
Well,
That's gonna be interesting though. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next season. The story is gonna continue. It's gonna be great.
cool, cool.
One last thing to mention about Destiny 2.
Battle
Wasn't
Eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Battle
this is pretty
Eyes is
cool.
coming to Destiny 2. So at season 15 launch is gonna be like a soft launch of the Battle Eyes. So basically, Bungie is still gonna be manually banning the cheater to a certain point. It's just to so the software collect data about all the cheater are operating in game. So like this, after that, Battle Eye is gonna be able to um, block like cheater. So it's good for us because thinking about the Stadia is that we don't currently have any cheater. As far as I know, I haven't seen any cheater. But now we're gonna be crossplay with PC. There's a lot of cheater in PC. I see it all the time, like Lucky mentioning it, like another cheater he found on trials and stuff like that. So the fact that we're gonna have battle eyes, it's gonna be great. The thing is that it's not gonna block all the cheater. I will say like maybe 90% of the cheaters gonna be blocked or kicked out. The main issue with Destiny is because it's free to play, right? So if you have yeah, technically, like Bungie could make money on the on the cheater. Basically, every time they ban an account, for a person to create a new account, maybe they're gonna have to buy the game again or something, right? I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but they need to figure out a way to get the cheater to stop completely. I'm happy to see Bungie and Activision going after the cheat software company or like places, and there was like also Ubisoft out going after them. I'm happy to see that. Like we need to remove the cheat. I'm not a fan of cheat. Um, I used to like cheat when like you look at the a PvE perspective, first player shooter, not first person shooter, but a single game, a single player game. Like like if I remember back then, like in GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64, if you complete certain challenge, like you get like those little cheat you can activate into a tab,
I,
like
I I
with
have to pause you here. Did you say 007? It's
yeah.
very clearly 007.
007. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, remember Golden Eyes? You could do
Oh
that, or
yeah.
like other game. You look at the Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, like they use the single player. You can pop the command prompt and become God mode and stuff like
Grand
that.
Theft Auto is another big one.
Yeah, but now Grand Theft Auto being online, like you cannot really use cheat. So really, like I think the company just need to control that. Like it's awesome to do it on like single player, but as soon you're online or in the community, it's not fun because it's not fun for everyone. Like don't get me wrong, sometimes I like to play the game as it is and not play it with cheat. But like a game like Destiny 2, like if you're playing with cheat, it's usually to increase your skills and not like make like funny cheat, if that makes sense. So um yeah, so I'm happy to taking action on that, and it's gonna be great. So hopefully we don't see much change for us when we got crossplay, and the PC community is gonna be happy to see like a lot of change. So
Yeah, well,
sweet.
I hope for Battle Line to come in and be very sharp. So look
Yes,
forward to that.
exactly.
All right, so now that I think we're done Destiny news, maybe
Yes.
I'm
Unless I
going.
remember something else like later, but no, that's pretty much it.
I'm gonna try to power through the Stadia news we got this week because I think we're running a little bit on time here. But a lot of
Okay.
great stuff coming to Destiny. I think we are all really excited for Season of the Lost.
Hmm.
Some
And the
exotic,
Witch Queen.
some new kinetic stasis weapons are very interesting with some new perks. So cool. Um, Madden 22 comes to Stadia. However, we did not get the next gen version. We got an older gen version. So a lot of the community is up in arms about this.
It's so
Still,
weird.
I know. I don't know why we get FIFA next gen new technology, and then from the same EA studio, we get Madden old gen. I feel like somebody dropped the ball. I feel like it was a completely different studio. I'm not sure why.
EA is
Um,
weird, I think.
yeah, maybe they only put a certain amount of money and they were like, oh, just put the older one. But yeah, I guess that's what we get. That's unfortunate though.
Oh well.
Uh, Humankind comes to Stadia this week, and we get direct touch. So now you can tap, pinch, swipe, all the triple taps, all that stuff on your phone. It's a real time strategy
Mm.
game, which is different. Not a lot of those on the Stadia library.
That's gonna be great. Like the fact that you can play on your phone and it's fully supported like this, and it's like awesome. Like hopefully come up with more game like this.
Oh yeah, they need to.
I gotta think like sometimes on my phone if you're traveling or anything like that and you want to play a game, like it's not always feasible to carry the controller or have a mouse and keyboard. Like like you just pull out the phone in your pocket and you play on the screen similar to any like Google Play like game basically. So it's not gonna feel a Stadia game, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And I hope more games come out or they bring touch support to other games. Like I know Reigns could really use a direct touch support. But yeah, this is great news, I think.
Yeah.
We have Marvel's Avengers War for Wakanda. So this was released this week. Pretty cool. I jumped into it, talked a little bit about it. Essentially, you got a brand new biodome, you got a brand new story, a new character to upgrade and find out all of his skill trees. You got all the characters you like from Wakanda, like Shuri, um, and just a lot of cool stuff. I haven't explored the main hub yet, but you get a new hub. I'm not sure what Marvel Avengers is in these community hubs. Like, there's way too many Like you get the helicarrier, which is a hub. Like, and I say hub in Destiny, it's similar to like a helm or a tower. So they have the helicarrier, they have the ant hill, and then now they have Wakkanda, and I want to say they possibly, yes, they have one more they brought with the DLC. It was the Sub-Zero base. So they have 4 towers. I don't understand why they have that so many
And
towers.
do you get the same stuff like at all of them, or like,
Yeah. Yeah, there's
that's weird.
terminals to pick up your bounties, and there's shopkeeps that are the same in every one.
Interesting that they did that.
Yeah, I don't get it, but okay.
Well, if you look at Destiny right now, we have two, technically, the Elm and like the tower.
But they
So
do different things. I mean, I
yeah,
agree they should be combined, but at least they do different things,
I
kind
think
of.
it's maybe because like they found the tower being too big, so they want to expand to the Elm to be a different area. I don't know, but like it's weird for a game for like Avenger to have multiple ob.
Yeah.
Unless like you could see other players in there, but you can't, right? So
Yeah. No, you
uh,
can't. So that's strange too.
yeah,
So
exactly.
they brought in some new enemies. The one I faced off against was Lieutenant Crossbones. So that was a pretty cool, different archetype for a boss to fight. They got these cool spiders. So yeah, just some different gameplay styles. Good to see. I'll jump back in. I'll probably beat it. And yeah, go Marvel's Avengers for giving us some free DLC. That's great. Next, we have a timed exclusive on Stadia, which is beyond epic. It's called Young Souls, and it's received a lot of great praise on Twitter and the reviews. People are saying, "Come to Stadia to play this. This is why timed exclusives are so important." Um, yeah, I mean, I have not jumped into it. I know it's a small indie studios. If I'm not, I think I am mistaken. I don't think this was part of Stadia Makers. I can't remember. I think it was first brought up with the good stuff.
Oh,
Remember the
okay.
good stuff?
Yeah, yeah. There was like a bunch of indie people just like making games for the good stuff, and then yeah, some of them got picked from Google, and probably gonna see them soon, right?
Actually, I want to say that I'm a bit of a Nostradamus when it comes to this because 2 weeks ago, I released an article regarding the studio that made Young Souls. And I said this merger will allow a quicker timeline for games like Young Souls to be released. What do we see
Mhm.
now? Hmm, pay
Yeah.
attention to Rudix. You can see the future. But yeah, so cool. I actually hope to hop in. I mean, the price seems a little high for me to jump into, and I'm again scared of if I get it, it'll come to pro. And
Yeah.
I think they may just do a pro release if the incentive program works out well for them. So I may hold on and see what happens there. Now we have more up your alley here. We have the Elder Scrolls Online. So it's free for pro members.
Mhm.
So hop in, log in this. If you didn't claim it last year, I guess they're giving people like a little free preview. It's only $8, very cheap. And they're basically, I think, just trying to do this in hype for their new season, which is
Mhm.
The Walking Fire, releasing August 23rd. So tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Are you still going on there and logging in?
I haven't played for a while again. Like I think every time I jump on Stadia, it's mainly to play Destiny now. So I haven't jumped on Elder Scrolls for a while. But yeah, they're probably gonna release another piece of Cinderella. So I have like more to explore. So if you go on ESO and look at the map, there's still an area that hasn't been populated to visit. So it's crazy how much you're gonna expand. I think at the end is like gonna be the full map, and there's also some outer world like area you can go to. So it's great. They keep maintaining the story. I think they were like in the Oblivion story a little bit right now, like the Fire of Oblivion, I want to say, and that's like kind of a continuity of it. Yeah, so jump on it. Like there's still be a lot of people playing ESO.
Because it's
I see it
crossplay,
all the time. Yeah, it's
right?
crossplay
Crossplay.
on top of that. But like I mean, you have people playing on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Stadia now, and probably more than that. But I think it was like I saw some number which was crazy. The community is quite big in there, and um, ZeniMax is very good to do like a lot of community event, and they also have a YouTube channel, or like they talk about like the changes they're coming with and some of the activity happening in the community. I think they do weekly kind of updates, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, it'll great for Stadia too. So
Hmm.
cool stuff. Jump in. And if you are not a member of Stadia Pro and never have been, and you somehow have YouTube Premium, you
Hmm.
get 3 months of Stadia Pro for free. So cool little promo that they're offering YouTube
Hmm.
Pro subscribers. I would love to see them combine it
Yeah.
into a YouTube Stadia situation,
Uh-huh.
or like a Google One account that I already have to include Stadia. But
And I think we talked about it before. There was
yeah,
like some news about rumor that it's gonna be combined like a bundle, which is gonna be great because yeah, and you got to look at like it's new members, so you got to be new for Stadia Pro
yeah,
and YouTube Premium to get the 3 months free. So I already have YouTube Premium, I already have Stadia Pro, and I can get that. So I think they just try to interest people to jump on more. So um, yeah, I can't wait to see a bundle or something like that. Come on, Google. It's your old company, just like combine everything. It's same like when you get like your telecom services, right? You get your TV, your internet, and your phone all in the same service, you get a discount. So
yeah,
it's encouraging people to get the other service available within Google if you
yeah.
do that.
Well, or next we have coming out of Stadia source, we have Watchdog Legions to get Assassin's Creed crossover content. So this is
Hmm.
pretty neat. I watched a little YouTube on it. There's two new story missions. You get Assassin's Creed Brotherhood costumes. It looks like, I'm not sure if it's specific to Ezio. I don't actually, I know it's not Ezio, but like it seems to be like a variety of Brotherhood characters all dressed up in the Assassin's Creed costumes.
Mm.
They all look pretty cool. You can use the new weapon, the Hidden Blade. So interesting to drop into. Watch Dogs Legions is like very similar to Grand Theft Auto, except you got like hacking, and you can even play online now. So there's a
Mm.
lot to do, I think, in Watchdog Legions.
I think it's more and more the look of the Assassin's Creed within the Watchdog is like a newer look of how in Assassin's Creed 1, how do you look like? You're all in white like this, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it's
cool.
got that cool face mask too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we got if you're a fan of Stranger Things and Dead by Daylight, your last chance to pick up the content before it's removed from the store is November 17th. Keep in mind, if you do buy the content before then, you will keep the content for as long as possible. So, yeah, grab it if you haven't and you're a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't jumped into Dead by Daylight. It's probably at the bottom of my list, but it was a fun experience running around and screaming. Uh, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
One other thing I would like to add is like your article about foreclosure. So if you haven't read it yet,
oh,
go on Stadia Source,
oh,
uh,
thanks, man.
and then like yeah, just give the like for his article. Awesome article. If you don't know, foreclose is coming out, or is it out already? Right?
It is out. Yeah,
It
it
is
came out
out.
August 15th.
So Rudig or Ricardo had a chance to try it, and there's like basically he mentioned like how he liked it and the type of game it is. A very short game, right?
Yeah, so it was an estimate of 4 hour playthrough, which you don't typically see in games. But to me, it felt fitting because it was like you were reading a comic book. And
Mm.
so like even the gameplay transcended like the standard screen. Like you would play through the panels of the comic book as it went on. Like some stealth operations, you'd like go stealth in this panel and then it would continue on to the next panel, and like the interaction between the characters. I mean, I quite enjoyed it, and I like to take appreciation in, a lot of hard work and effort. And I know the studio was extremely small who put out this game, and I think they put a phenomenal experience together. I kind of liked that it was short, like a bite-sized game. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was able to finish it, and I'm like, wow, and that's good. And if you want to go back and be that perfectionist, there's collectibles which unlocks a secret ending. So there's always that aspect for replayability. But I mean, all in all, I mean, the game would probably take you like 4 to 5 hours to complete fully. So
Mm. That's
gunplay
good.
was fun. Upgrading RPG elements, the ads and the feedback between the ads could use a little bit of work. But yeah, it's a interesting title, cool story, related very much to the near future. It was kind of like a Black Mirror comic book.
Mm.
Is the best way to describe it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, check it
No
out on
problem.
Stadia source. And we have 9 to 5 Google coming out with some rumors here. So this is an interesting tweet we can see from the people putting out this new hit game called Splitgate, which kind of combines Portal and I guess PvP shooting, deathmatch style. So yeah, I mean they say don't hold your breath, but one day it may just happen. So take what you will with that. If you're a fan of Splitgate, I mean, it only makes sense to play on a platform where there's no cheaters and you don't have to download anything and you can play instantly. So I look forward to the move to Stadia. I probably jump on and give it a try for sure.
And hopefully it's gonna be crossplay, another game to add on the collection, right? And get
Yeah.
X Defiant coming, a similar style, I guess. So that's gonna be quite interesting. Number of
Yeah.
game we got.
I feel like Splitgate is a little bit of ways. I feel like X Defiant to the fact that beta is being released and they're changing things. I feel like that may be a Christmas title if I'm going to be ambitious. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Extraction, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, next we have Blue Fire is getting an update to Stadia soon. So the indie title Blue Fire picked up a new update. Pretty cool. The developer confirmed that the update will hit Stadia at some point next week. So if you're waiting for this Blue Fire update, it's coming next week. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess Stadia is sort of like the last item on these guys' to-do list, but I'm happy to hear that, it's coming out next week. And unlike Outcasters, which never receives any update from Stadia and it's just a disaster.
Well.
Yeah.
um
So, yeah, you have some notes down here.
yeah, so something to think
More
about.
Destiny,
More
I see.
Destiny. So we got the new season coming and a new Witch Queen. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like stuff. I found like Bungie with the game, with the story, they like there's a lot of loose end, like a story. They kind of branch off everywhere. Like, things like we gotta look for. I know we mentioned about the tower, but like the new towers, like sorry, the old tower that got destroyed by Gaul army. It's been under construction for I don't know how many seasons in the last year. So maybe we're gonna move there, like something to see maybe coming up. Ashermere, we saw in the season of Splicer showing up as the RP. What's gonna happen with that? Are they gonna go back to IO to pull him out of the was it the strike that we did in the pure media? Braytech, like so with Beyond Light, we saw Anna and Elsie like meeting each other, knowing they were sister. What's gonna happen? What's gonna come out of that, right? So like I haven't seen Anna coming back, and also she took Rasputin with her. What's happening with Rasputin? He didn't just die or disappear. There's a lot of rumor that he's gonna become an EXO or something like that. So I can't wait to see how everything evolve. And now with Marisol and Aldrin back alive, being a guardian. Yeah, can't wait to see what the future come. But there's like so much that can happen, right? We also have the Cabal. What's her name there? Uh,
Catali?
Cattle? What?
Catali? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't already
I make up
know.
my own words,
Yeah.
so don't listen to me.
Well, like right now she's on standby because of the Scion tried to kill Zavala, so she's chasing that. What's gonna happen with that? Like, there's so much that's gonna happen a new season, a new year. So can't wait to see that. So stay tuned, and we'll keep up to date.
Yeah, we'll keep everyone updated on Destiny as it comes and as it unfolds.
Mhm.
So thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like the video and notifications. Hit that bell for an alert when our podcast hits the air. Leave a comment. Tell us about Stadia in your gaming life. Tell us what you think about these gun modifications coming to Destiny. You can find Stadia Party Chat Podcast, the audio version, on anywhere you get podcasts: Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts. Shout out to our new sponsors: Stadia Community Blog, stadiasource.com, 9 to 5 Google. Thanks, guys, so much for putting out the news every week. Yeah, and that's what we have for this week. We thank you for tuning in and hearing our thoughts. Look forward to sharing more in the future. As always, I'm Ricardo, giving you my perspective on the cloud. My awesome co-host, Sebastian.
Yes, I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully we're gonna be excited for what's coming up.
All
Awesome.
right, wicked. Catch you guys later. See ya.
See you guys.